It's official pick time for UFC Abu Dhabi. Gun to your head, the cartel is waterboarding you. Who do you believe should win every single fight this Saturday? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go through. I'm going to tell you who I'm picking. I'm going to give you a little bit of a reason why I'm picking them to win. But if you want a deeper dive into every single fight, I had a live stream last night, Tuesday night, with a very special guest, Big Gun Brian Petrie. It was a great show. So if you want more betting advice, more deeper insight on these fighters, go check that out on the Hey Job Picks YouTube channel. Just a reminder, picks and bets are very different. Just because I pick a fighter to win does not mean I'm going to bet on them. And it doesn't mean I'm going to bet against them. Just last week, if my life's on the line, I'm going to take Roman Kopylov. Paulo Costa hasn't really shown me something. But Paulo Costa was plus 215. And I thought that line was a little bit off. So I threw some money at Paulo Costa, even though I did pick Roman Kopylov. He ends up winning. Some people were upset about that. But you'll understand once you start to really dive into picks and bets and money lines and odds and all that type of stuff. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get into the first fight of the night. We got Marcus Buchecha, Martin Buday. This one, we're going to know real quickly, if Marcus Buchecha is on the fast track towards the heavyweight title. Because if he goes in there, round one, takes down Martin Buday, he probably gets that submission. If he doesn't, then Martin Buday might be able to wear on him a little bit, might be able to steal some moments on the feet, get into the clinch, grind him out, tire him out, because that's what Martin Buday does, but I just don't really see it happening. I am going to take Martin Buchecha to win this fight. Green check for the debuter from one championship. I think he does get it to the ground. I think he probably gets a finish on Martin Buday. And even if he doesn't, I don't think Buday is really all that great. I think Buchecha could even hang with him for 15 minutes. So give me Buchecha for the official pick. Let's move on. Stephen Nguyen, Muhammad Yahya. My life's on the line. It's not going to be in the hands of Muhammad Yahya. I can tell you that. Stephen Nguyen's going to be the pick. I think he's the better striker. I think if he wants to take the fight to the ground, he could do that. And I just don't have anything good to say about Muhammad Yahya. So unless there's some Abu Dhabi prince that is paying Stephen Nguyen off to give Muhammad Yahya a win in the UFC, then I think Stephen Nguyen wins. So a win for Stephen Nguyen. People probably said that all week, but it just makes sense. Give me Stephen Nguyen for the official pick. Let's move on. Aslan, Billy Elekana. Going back and forth a little bit. At the end of the day, I just can't trust Billy Elekana, man. I just not really seen anything that is impressive to me, and I think there's more upside with Aslan. I know Ibo's going to be able to strike, and he's going to be the better striker against Billy. Billy doesn't really show me much on the feet, so if Billy wants to win, he's probably got to grapple. It ain't really his go-to type of style, and if he wants to clinch him up, sure, he's usually kind of a grindy, stay at range, and then once he's into the clinch, he'll work you in the clinch, but if he's in the clinch with Ibo, I think Ibo's way stronger, way more physical. He's probably going to bully him in that realm and then get back to distance and throw a bunch of big hooks and probably knock him out. So give me Aslan for the official pick this week. Just can't get behind Billy until I see something of some success in the UFC. So I'll take Ibo for the official pick. Let's move on to the women's MMA. Amanda Ribas, Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci not getting my pick this week. It's Amanda Ribas. Am I confident in it? Probably not, because it probably goes to a decision, and then you're in the hands of the judges, and the judges probably going to be looking at that Tabitha Ricci booty, and they're probably going to want to give her the fight like they have done many times. But Amanda Ribas, I just believe, is going to be bigger. I think she can deal with the physicality of Tabitha Ricci. If Ricci wants to clinch up, Ribas is going to look for that judo throw. She's probably going to be trying to get this fight to the ground and insert her dominance when it comes to physicality on the ground. Ricci's tough to take down, but I think Amanda Ribas' jiu-jitsu is going to be able to possibly control her there. And then if the fight is on the feet, I just trust Amanda Ribas is striking a little bit more. Don't trust her durability that much, and that's why I'm not super high on the pick. But she is going to be the official pick this week. Give me Amanda Ribas to win the women's MMA fight in Abu Dhabi. Let's go to Damon Blackshear, Davy Grant. Gone back and forth on this one. We're taking a flyer on Davy Grant, all right? I'm just going to take him. I don't believe Damon Blackshear is some amazing fighter. I think he's good, and I think he's improving. But he does fight to the level of his competition a little bit. And this is a fight that I think Davey can steal with more activity. Damon's not a guy that is super low volume, but he doesn't exactly distance himself when it comes to the striking realm of the fight. And I think Davey Grant's probably going to be able to win a good majority of that. Can I trust Damon Blackshear to wrestle? Not really. He hasn't really been looking to wrestle his last 3 fights. And if he doesn't wrestle, then I think Davey Grant can win. I'm going to take the flyer on Davey. You know, this one might be a little bit out there because if there's a gun in my head, I might actually take Damon Blackshear. But I got to make a statement. I got to make a statement and take Davey Grant here as the plus 270 dog. Sometimes you just got to go with your nuts, man. And your nuts, they don't fail you unless they do. But this time I hope it doesn't. Give me Davey Grant for the official pick. Let's move on. Carlos Leal, Muslim Salikhov. Hit you with a big dog at last pick, but not going to be this one. Give me Carlos Leal. Big favorite here. Going to march down Muslim Salikhov. I think he's going to make Salikhov very uncomfortable. And Carlos Leal is going to be able to throw a bunch of big punches at his face. And Salikhov doesn't like punches. He likes to stand at range, and he likes to kick. But once you get inside that range, he will look to clinch you up because he's not really sure what to do. And Carlos Leal in the clinch is a bully. Bully with big knees, elbows over the top. I don't think Salikhov's going to like it. So I think Carlos Leal gets a win here. Probably gets a finish within the first or second round of the fight. Give me Leal for the official pick. Let's move on. Bryce Mitchell, Said Nurmagomedov. Bryce Mitchell, only losses in the UFC, man. Jean Silva, Josh Emmett, Ilya Topuria. But who are his wins? Who are his wins? You know, I'm tired of judging people based on their losses. And when I look at Bryce Mitchell, who are his wins? Yes, he had a great fight against Edson Barbosa. But Barbosa was at a bad point in his career in that fight. And Bryce had some great wrestling, even knocked down Edson Barbosa in that fight. I'd say that's probably his best win. Maybe you could say Dan Ige, but a lot of people think Dan Ige won that fight as well. Said, you could say the same thing. You know, who are his best wins? They're not amazing, but Bryce is going down a weight class to 135. And there is the physicality aspect that I think could play a big factor here. You know, if Bryce is able to get his game going, could definitely snowball it to a victory. But I think it's going to be tough to get that game going because Said's going to be way faster on the feet. If Bryce is going to shoot his normal takedowns, head on the outside single, normal double legs, that neck is going to be out there for Said to snatch. And Said's not a bad wrestler. He's not a bad wrestler. Very good scrambler. Very dangerous in the scrambles as well. So I'm going to take Said Nurmagomedov to get this one done as the underdog once again. I don't know if I like the weight class change for Bryce at 135 because I always thought he was a bit slow for 145. When you're going down a weight class, you're going to be a lot slower. And Said's a fast dude. So cardio concerns for Said for sure. And physicality for sure. But I'll take the dog shot here on Said Nurmagomedov, the OV in Abu Dhabi. They don't lose. They don't normally lose. Let's go to Nikita Krylov, Bogdan Guskov. It's a tough one for me, man. You know, I've never really been a guy that's going to trust in Nikita Krylov because he's very hard to trust. But Bogdan Guskov, on the other hand, still don't know how good he is. I'm going to take Nikita Krylov here. I think if he gets the wrestling going, I think he can snowball that and take over as the fight goes on, if not get a finish early on. Krylov definitely fought the better level of competition. Bogdan Guskov knocking out Zach Palga, Ryan Spann, Billy Elekana. I mean, I don't really think those are some great wins. And when he did fight a guy on Nikita Krylov's level, got knocked out or knocked down and then submitted. So, you know, I'm going to take the flyer here on Nikita Krylov. I say flyer because I just never trust the guy to win because he's always fighting like a madman and doesn't really have the best fight IQ. So I'm not confident in it at minus 195, but I do think he should win the fight. I'll take Nikita Krylov to get it done. Jose Ochoa, Asu Almabayev. This one, boys, you know, I hate to do it. I hate to go against the V's in Abu Dhabi, but this is an aura play. This is an aura play, an aura pick on Jose Ochoa. Since the day I saw this guy fight, this guy's going to be something. This guy is going to be something. He's violent. He is fast. He is powerful. He is active. Got crazy forward pressure. Got good scrambles. Got good submission skills. I love it. I love what I see from Jose Ochoa. On the other hand, Almabayev, great wrestler. Really solid grappler when it comes to controlling the fight on the ground. but he's not really that dangerous with the submissions. He's not a good striker. Very low output. So how does he win this fight against Ochoa? Wet blanket him for 2 out of the 3 rounds? I guess that's how I see him winning, but I don't really see him doing that. I guess maybe he could do it for a round, but he's not gonna just sit there and let you have him. Like, he's gonna keep moving, gonna try to get back up. He's gonna throw submissions at you. He's gonna look to scramble. He's gonna get back up to his feet, and even before the takedown comes, he's gonna be throwing knees up the middle. He's got uppercuts. He's got guillotines. He's got a lot. I think there's a lot that Almabayev is going to have to deal with in this fight that's going to make it tough on him. So I'm going to take Ochoa. Give me Ochoa to get this one done, or a play on the Peruvian Charles Du Bronx. Magomedov moving on to Marc-Andre Barriault treatment after taking his first loss. And Barriault probably getting brought in to lose here to Magomedov because, they want to get Magomedov back on track. But he does have a path to victory. I made a case for it last night on the live stream. I'm definitely not going to take him for the official pick because I think Magomedov's the rightful favorite. I think does have a lot of KO upside early on in this fight. Barriault's chin's not very good. But as the fight extends, I don't think is a gasser. I think he's very good at staying to the outside and chipping away at you with those kicks and using his footwork and mixing up his weapons with knees, with spinning attacks with his elbows, his fists, and his hands in general. So I think there's a lot to like on the Magomedov side. I think the line is wide, though, and I think Marc-Andre Barriault, if he can get into that clinch and he can stay in that clinch, he could definitely snowball that and win the fight. But I'm not going to take it for the official pick by any means. Magomedov's going to be the official pick this week. I think he bounces back. Petr Yan taking on Marcus McGhee, co-main event. McGhee coming in here, 35 years of age. He's going to have to really pull something out here. And I said it last night as well, but I think if Petr Yan loses this fight, I think it's because he lost it himself. And when I say that, I mean if he comes into this fight very motivated, because he can't take McGhee lightly. If he takes McGhee lightly, McGhee could definitely steal this. But if Yan comes in motivated, he comes ready to fight from the opening bell, I think he wins the fight, man. I think he's just way better, more experience. He's probably got better wrestling as well. If he wants to go to that, he can go to the wrestling. But he's got to be sharp. He's got to be aggressive. He can't be patient. He has 3 rounds to win the fight. And he's got to win at least 2 out of the 3 rounds. So if you drop the first, then you're putting yourself into a corner. You got to win the next 2. And then you never know what McGhee, is going to look like in round 2. Maybe he could be turning up the pace. Maybe Petr Yan hasn't found his reads yet. So there are some concerns for Petr Yan, but I think he should absolutely win this fight. If he loses, I think he lost it himself. So Petr Yan's going to be the official pick for the co-main event. Then we go to the main event, and we got Whittaker versus the Ritter. The Ritter, great fighter to introduce into the middleweight division. I think he's got a lot of great experience at ONE FC. Comes in, beats Gerald Mearshart, beats Kevin Holland, beats Bo Nickel, and now he's taking on Robert Whittaker. So we go from Bo Nickel, who's 7-1, or 7, he was 7-0, 8-0 at the time, to Robert Whittaker. Was the champion, lost, and he's been at the spot where he's beaten everybody but champions at this point. So is Reinier de Ridder championship level? He's shown it in a different organization before. Is he UFC level championship level? I'm not sure. I don't really think so. But on any given night, Reinier de Ridder can give a lot of people problems. And I think he can give Robert Whittaker some problems in this fight. I think he's going to bring that physicality in early. I think it could be a car crash. Robert Whittaker's a guy that likes to stay to the outside. But I think he's got to be aggressive against de Ridder, because if he's not, then de Ridder's just going to keep moving forward, keep throwing kicks, keep throwing knees, keep throwing punches until he's got him up against the cage. Then he goes to a single leg, drags him down to the ground, and things start to snowball. So Robert Whittaker's got to hold his ground early. So I think it could maybe be a car crash. And I think I'm going to take Reinier de Ridder. I'm going to take Reinier de Ridder for the official pick because I think he's got the style that can beat Robert Whittaker. I'm not super confident in it, but I'm going to take the shot on the dog. Just, I respect Robert Whittaker's heart, preparation coming off the loss to Khamzat Chimaev. I'm sure he's going to be very motivated, and I'm sure he thinks that he can knock this dude out because at the end of the day, Reinier de Ridder is striking defense is not that great. So I wouldn't be shocked if Robert Whittaker knocked him out. But I'm going to take Reinier de Ridder for the official pick because I think he's got the physicality. I think he's got the ground skill. I think he's got the wrestling. I think he's got the heart. And that is a recipe to beat Robert Whittaker. So I'll take Reinier de Ridder for the official pick. That's going to do it. I appreciate you for watching. Like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Turn on the notification bell. We'll be back here real soon with the best bets video. Long Shots Only live show on Friday. Appreciate y'all. Peace.